Dear Diary, I have a very sad story to tell you today about another corrupt, intellectually and ethically bankrupt human being. So sad. I like smart people. I like honest people. I like people who are brave and strong, not people who are dishonest and cheat and cheat and cheat. If you have to cheat, you're automatically admitting you're a loser. Come on, people. Cut the shit. This is about a guy named Alec Cumming who robbed his daughter, robbed Rachel Trachtenburg, robbed me. And he probably belongs in prison. But you know how the world works. When is Bush and Cheney going to prison? Answer, never. But unlike most people, I fight back. I will be filing a lawsuit against Alec Cumming very soon. He committed hundreds of illegal shit to me. And I fight back. And if more people fought back against bully scumbags like him, there wouldn't be any bully scumbags left, you understand? But you people don't fight back against these scumbags. And Rachel and Julia can't fight back against them because they need their dad and their mom's help. You understand? They're teenagers, still need to drive somebody to drive them to gigs and all kinds of stuff like that. They still need somebody to pay the rent over their heads. They're trapped, like many people in this world are trapped. And nobody gives a shit about them. When I was a teenager, my life was fucked up. Nobody stuck up for me. When my mother fucking tortured me and bloodied me and sliced me and cut me and pushed me out of moving cars and did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of illegal things to me, no one ever stuck up for me. So let's go on to Alec Cumming. Alec Cumming, for those you don't know, is a failed musician. Not a particularly good musician in any way. I used to think he was a nice guy, but look at George Bush. He's a friendly dude. Mass murdering psychopath, but a friendly dude. They say Hitler was great with pets. Now remember, if you doubt anything I said here about Alec Cumming, keep in mind that I've challenged Alec Cumming publicly repeatedly to debates. I've sent out mass emails where I've challenged him to disprove anything I say. Every single time he's pled the fifth. That's how you know it's true. And so where do we begin? Alec, obviously this is a no-brainer. He had one child with his wife, and then they fought and divorced or whatever. They might be separated, I don't know. But like most dads, he didn't want to have kids. You know, it's not the dude who usually wants to have kids anytime soon. Men never grow up. They don't ever want to take responsibility. And Alec Cumming is a master of never taking responsibility. And so last summer, I was hanging out with the Trachtenbergs, and Rachel and Tina told me that Alec was stealing all of the child support money for Julia, his daughter, member of Supercute. And it didn't surprise me. I mean, the man has no scruples. You can ask him. He'd say, tell us 20 times you stuck up for the underdog. What? Never once in your life? Oh, that's wacky. And man, the guy works for NBC, who are mass murderers. It's a fucking mass murdering enterprise. That's the purpose. I know you guys think, no, NBC's purpose is to show funny shows, and no, it isn't. That's how they seduce the sheep. And then they force feed you all the rest of that garbage to teach you about competition, to teach you about capitalism, to teach you about always trust your government, to teach you that there's weapons of mass destruction, to teach you should be all that you can be. And remember, GE owned it so they could propagate to society, so they could continue the Cold War and all kinds of other lies and bullshit. But don't get me started. So Tina and Rachel told me that Alec stole Julia's child support money. Now, Alec lived in Stuytown with Julia. Julia didn't really like living there with him because living with a dude is sucky. He was a slob. He let his animals piss all over the house. I just heard horror stories upon horror stories. These are things you could have guessed without having met him, though. Most dudes are immature. And even though he's in his 40s or whatever, he's very immature. And Julia didn't have any options. Her mom was living in Florida, but Julia wanted to be in Supercute and be in New York City, where it's more fun than Florida. And then her mom moved back here. Alec was reportedly would invite different women over to his house and have sex with them, and his daughter had to listen to that every night. That's pretty gross. Classy dude, Alec Cumming. Again, Alec, you know how to reach me, mayorcxb@gmail.com. You want to set up a time and place where we can debate it? We'll debate it, we'll record it, and we'll put it online. If I'm getting the facts wrong, why do you always plead the fifth? Right? If OJ didn't kill Nicole, why didn't he get up on the stand and testify? Why was he afraid to be cross-examined? Well, how are they going to find any holes in his testimony? I have never declined to testify. I have always demanded to testify under oath in my 5 previous trials. Why is that, Alec Cumming? Why would a guy who's not flawlessly telling the truth want to subject himself in misdemeanor cases to being grilled by professional lawyers? Surely they'd find a way to punch a hole in any of my stories. They never did, because I don't fucking lie. Lying is for fucking cowards. Lying is for fucking asshole morons. So, where were we? Pardon me, I'm juggling too many things. Sleep deprived because people like Alec tortured me and ruined my fucking life. Ask for details. Probably won't make it into this long-winded entry. And there were all kinds of awful things that Alec was doing to Julia. Now, most people, of course, don't stand up to bullies. Alec is like 6'6", and even though he comes off as a teddy bear, doesn't matter. Human beings' mission in life is apathy. When they see Jews being killed, they look the other way. When they see blacks being lynched, they look the other way. When they see gays being fag bashed, they look the other way. That's what humans do. That's why the world is almost completely evil. There wouldn't be any evil if humans were good. And so Alec did all this shitty stuff to Julia. And, but he was getting child support payments from the wife. She made more money than he did, so she had to pay child support payments. Now, they said that he was stealing all the money so he could wine and dine his lady friends and neglect his daughter. Now, I personally saw him neglect his daughter. He didn't give a shit about his daughter. She was 13, 14, 15, I think she was living with him. And he, so he would supposedly not, get her food half the time or new clothes and things like that. He wouldn't even pay his own rent. And he works at NBC as an editor or something like that. What a deadbeat. So we know that, Alec Cumming is a scumbag on every level, it appears. I could be wrong, Alec, but every time I've tried to reason with you like an adult, you've gone Nazi. Every single time I tried to reason with you, Alec, you went Nazi. That told me you were completely guilty as charged. Because only a scumbag goes Nazi. You can't make me go Nazi. You can't make me refuse to answer questions. You can't make me refuse to talk to people like grown adults. You can't make me refuse to talk to my opponents or enemies. You can't make me like a Nazi. And I can't make you anything but a Nazi. What does that say, Alec Cumming? And I'm making this diary hopefully to spread some sunlight. Maybe if he gets enough public shame, he'll change his behavior, right? If Ford Motor Company is making a car, a Pinto, that blows up and kills its occupants, well, are they going to fix it? Fuck no. It's money they're going to lose to fix it. They're going to cover it up. But if 60 Minutes or enough people shine a spotlight on their sleazy acts and killing their customers, well, suddenly they're going to change that gas tank design. Do you understand? That's why I do what I do. If I was more manly, I'd probably just punch my enemies in the face, break their nose. Or you do what they do in the Hood, you slice them down the side of the face and the scar for life. Scarred for life. To let people know that person's a fucking creep. But I'm a nice civilized guy, and that's why we usually lose. Because the bullies have every advantage. They're allowed to cheat as much as they want. People like Tina Trachtenberg and Alec Cumming are allowed to cheat nonstop, just like George Bush and Mike Bloomberg and Rudy Giuliani and all the fucking scumbags. The irony is that these Tina and Alec cheat and shoot themselves in the foot. Fucking idiots. Wow. So, where were we? Now Alec has done a lot more bad things since then. I don't know if that's for another diary entry, or if it's worth going into in this one, a little too long and complicated a tangent about how he threatened Rachel to either get rid of her best friend me or her best friend Julia. Now, he acts like Julia is his little slave. Wow. She's 15 now, and she has no say in what bands she's in? Wow, you fucking tyrant. I'll bet you $1 billion when Alec Cumming was 15 years old, he thought he should have a right to make decisions like that. But we haven't yet outlawed hypocrisy. You'll notice I do everything. I always do unto others, right? I'm saying a 15-year-old should be able to choose what bands they're in. When I was 15, I thought the same thing. Alec Cumming is a two-faced hypocrite. I mean, he's a Nazi. That's what Nazis do. They lie and they're hypocrites. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alec. Can you prove that when you were 15, you thought you shouldn't have any rights or any say in your own life, that you were a slave and who would have to go to court to be emancipated? Shut the fuck up, liar. Nobody believes you, liar. And so his argument was, Rachel, touching you can have nothing to do with Supercute, even though he's been their assistant manager. And yes, I've been there, even seen with my own eyes how he took control and made everything better in every single situation. I saw it with my own eyes, backstage, et cetera, where he was a brilliant fucking assistant manager. But I'm going to fuck all that up. And you know why I'm going to fuck all that up? I'm going to fucking destroy Rachel's life, Julia's life, everyone's life, Christopher's life. And I'm going to do it. You know why? Why am I going to be a fucking psychotic Nazi tyrant? Because this is his argument. Now, it's not even true, but this is his official argument, and it's Tina's official argument. Because Christopher sent out 2 emails. Oh, so you're going to destroy everybody's life and tons of money because I sent out 2 emails. Okay, well, those emails must have said some horrible things. What did they say, Alec? One, I'm about to send these out in the mass email. I should almost read them verbatim into a diary entry, but I don't think it's that interesting for the layman. All you need to know is that Alec Cumming ripped off his own fucking daughter, threatened another teenage girl, and fucking raped me raw in a bad way. So his argument is you sent out 2 emails. One was to the last member of Supercute, June Lay, after she was pushed out of the band because she wanted to focus on her school. And you sent an email to her dad explaining in depth why the American education system is overrated and why getting an education to begin with is overrated because you learn more in real life than you do in a classroom. Almost all my friends who went to fancy colleges all say the same thing. I would much rather have the $300,000 in my bank. We've got to stop this fucking myth. Education is a load of shit. I'm not opposed to education. I love education. The education we have in America is a load of shit. Yale is a load of shit. Columbia and NYU are loads of shit. They're only useful if you're trying to make fucking connections because you know you're going to get a job at the New York Times if you kiss up to the right Columbia professor. Okay? Otherwise, save your fucking money. But now my email was very nice, and I just tried to make sure he understood that June was making the biggest mistake of her entire life. And there was no way she could go back. She could always go back to college, but she couldn't go back to touring Europe with her best friends as the opening act for Kate Nash. There was no way going back. That was a door she was closing permanently. But she's 14, so I'm sure she was a little naive, made some mistakes. And then her dad evidently didn't help much. Tina called that email brilliant. And I'll show it to anyone anytime, Alec. And I want you to stand there, Alec, and say, that's a bad email. No, Alec's going to refuse to stand there because anyone's going to read the email and go, Alec, you're a fucking lying dickhead.
End of part 1.